my hair look okay?
This is Regina and Bill. We're here with Pet Talk today for San Saba County Friends of Animals. And Bill has got a special guest to introduce.
Today we have Brenda Mathison. She is involved somewhat with the San Saba County Friends of Animals, and she has helped foster dogs, at least I know of, here. So Regina and I got introduced to Brenda. I want to say that towards the end of the year we were up in West Virginia with my son's graduation, and she gave us a call and said that she wanted to be involved, and we invited her today to come up and to kind of talk to us about the benefits and what people, her experience with fostering, and maybe she could help answer a few questions that people have in regards to fostering a dog or a cat in their home. So Brenda, I guess I'll go ahead and start with our first question. What inspired you to start fostering pets?
Oh, hey, Bill, that's probably the easiest one. I love animals. I think that they provide me with so much emotional support, and it's like when I come home in the evening and somebody's happy to see me, and they don't require they don't ask for a lot. It's not like having a relationship with a person. Here's something or someone who just wants to be cared for, and that's what made fostering so easy. It was a little scary at first, but after that first one, I'm like, come home, show me the money. It's like, let's go.
Awesome.
Completely understand. What does a typical day look like for you as a foster parent when you have a foster at your house?
Well, Bill, I've always had dogs and cats. So I've only fostered one dog at a time.
Makes sense.
Or one cat at a time. And so when you have dogs and cats, it's not like adding another child. If you add another dog, that's like, it's like relief to a certain extent, because then the dogs play together for the most part. You need to be cognizant of the behaviors of each of the dogs, and the cats. But the cats, for all intents and purposes, stay by themselves. I mean, they'll come out when they want attention. It's kind of nice that way.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand. When I went over to your house and you had the foster dog over there, Luna.
Yes.
And then the interaction with your existing dog that you had in the home was just wonderful.
Yeah. No, Luna was 2 years old, and Juno is like 8. And
about 7 times bigger.
Yeah. Oh, literally, practically. And they were just best buds at the very first. I mean, and it was fun to watch Juno act like she was 3 and 4 years old, because she had some additional energy by having Luna there, which, again, took some of the burden. I mean, we would walk her every day anyway, but again, walking one dog versus walking 2 dogs was almost more fun walking 2, because you giggled more.
I know when I fostered before and I was in Austin, we would take the dogs for the walk. My little dog, I'd always end up fostering a larger dog, and then my little dog, you had to get in front of the walks and be like, no, this is my neighborhood. You'll walk behind me.
That's true. And Juno is pretty mellow though. So Luna took charge a lot, but it worked out fabulously in actually in every situation I've ever been in. So,
that's great.
Yeah.
So what challenges have you faced fostering pets, and how have you overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge was with a dog that was used to being outside all the time, and I personally you know, if I have a dog, I want them to feel like they're part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
So I would want that dog to be inside, and that was hard for some of them. And you know, I don't know. I mean, we got through it, but I made some adjustments. But I think that overall, that was probably the biggest challenge. Was like the dog is saying, "What the heck?" I mean, I get to be warm tonight. You know, and it was sad, but it was kind of gratifying, and you know, to be able to offer them that freedom.
Okay. Can you share a memorable or heartwarming experience from your time as a foster parent?
Oh man, there's too many, and we as we were talking.
Just one.
Yeah. Well, I think the best things that come out of this, and we talked about, you brought up Luna earlier. When we were given that gift of fostering Luna, and she was adopted out, and we've maintained contact to a certain extent with the adoptive mom.
That happens.
Yeah, it does, and we get pictures now. I mean,
that's awesome.
We you know, Luna's like thriving. She's in a better place than I ever could have imagined.
That's the most rewarding thing.
And that's the best part about this organization. Therein lies the key to the success, is being able to support Friends of Animals, because when you have that kind of feedback, and Luna's not the exception, she's kind of the rule, because when somebody adopts a dog like that or a cat like that, they want that animal. Mm-hmm. And they've never been wanted before. Mm-hmm. And now they're happy, and you guys provide that opportunity.
One of our most memorable times of fostering a Saba County Friends of Animals dog was, her name was Bella. She had her own Facebook page, so a lot of people might remember her. But she had mange, and so she had no hair. She was so sick that she couldn't even stand up because she had been so starved. She literally could not stand up. And then when we got her, we got to watch her progress and progress. And then we found a fabulous home for her. And she now rides on boats and Cadillacs and has Chewy Vuittons, and she sends us pictures, and we follow on Facebook watching her. And we went to a market day in Marble Falls one day, and the lady, the mother who adopted her, realized we were there and brought her to come see us, and it's just so rewarding. She's a healthy, happy, loving dog.
Yeah, and that's you know, I think the welcome part in reaching out to you. I didn't realize you guys were on vacation, otherwise I wouldn't have called you.
No.
That's quite okay.
But
we
I was excited.
We didn't share our vacation.
Yeah, no, you didn't. But that was one of the. I mean, when I heard about this organization, you know, it's like it's something that you get excited about being a part of, and you guys have made it incredibly rewarding. It's easy to support, both financially and because I'm getting the support emotionally. I'm not being left alone. I mean, I had to do my only responsibility was taking care of Luna until she found a home,
Which was fairly quick.
yeah, and I understand that happens a lot, and you know, it's like food was taken care of, vet bills were taken care of. I mean, as you said, sometimes the animals you get. I mean, we had a boxer that was 3 years old that weighed 35 pounds and didn't have any hair. Well, that took a lot to get that boxer healthy again. And that didn't, you know, the organization, you know, supported that. And that's where it's a joy to be able to give back to the community and to you guys
Thank you.
to help this thing grow or continue.
Well, Kate and Trish and several other people before us, they have really done a huge job in going back to 2013 to get this organization to where it's at, and we hope we can do is a good job moving forward and helping the community. And it's not just San Saba, it's Cherokee, it's Richland, it's the whole county. That's one thing we try to emphasize. We're here to help the whole county and fulfill the needs that come up, especially with the fostering. That's one of our biggest struggles that we come up with, because Regina takes phone calls almost daily. Someone's got a need and they need it taken care of right now, and it's like, okay, well, we can't take any more in because we don't have a foster, but we go looking for fosters. And I know sometimes it might look like the only thing we post about is need a foster, but
Foster and money.
Yeah, foster and money, yes. And fosters come with pets.
The fostering part is the easiest
Yeah.
part.
That is true.
Every animal that comes in and goes to the vet. If it hasn't been fixed, it gets fixed. The shots get all taken care
We had
of.
5 this week that we've scheduled to be spayed or neutered. So those are vet bills that San Saba County Friends of Animals takes on.
That's remarkable.
And we have some great vets here that work with us.
They
Dr.
absolutely do.
Keys, Dr. Nelms, they work wonderful with us, and we call them up and we say, hey, this is what we have, and they'll do their best to work us in. And so we're very fortunate to have that relationship with them. I
tell you what, people here may take it for granted, but we're relatively new here to San Saba, and coming from a different state. This is unusual that there's this much energy and this kind of excitement and this much caring for strays and for making the community or making the animal community sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
The catching and spaying. I had never heard of that, and I'm old, but they don't do that where I came from. So you guys are really progressive, and I want to be able to do more.
Thank you.
All right, so next question for you. How do you prepare your home and family for a new foster pet's arrival?
Probably the biggest thing is making sure that Juno doesn't get into their food. That we have a Chesapeake Bay Retriever that you mentioned, that she will eat anything put in front of her. So making sure that when you get a new cat or a new dog, that your existing pets, know where their boundaries are, and vice versa. That was, if anything, that was the most difficult. So it really isn't hard.
No, but setting boundaries and
Yeah.
for the existing, if you have an existing animal, setting that, that makes complete sense.
And keeping toys separate. Making sure that if one has a toy, it's just like you do with kids.
The other one has one.
Distract one. Distraction. So that, and if you treat it that way, it seems pretty natural, kind of common sense. Yep.
Yeah, I would say there's some common sense that comes with it, but
Yeah.
it's not as difficult as people might think.
No.
I hear a lot of times, oh, I'd love to, but I already have an existing animal at home, and yeah, so do I.
So, and that I felt that way maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and then I learned really quickly that for all intents and purposes, it made little, if no difference. It actually made, in most situations, it made things easier.
Mm-hmm.
Because the dogs or the cats are vetted. It's not like you're going to get, a bad animal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and on that note, if there is a reason that the animal doesn't fit into your family, it's not a permanent. You're temporarily fostering.
Good
If
point.
something happens, you can always call us and say it's not working, they don't get along with my dogs, or there's a problem with the children. So, I mean, we would gladly find a new foster home for that animal. So if that doesn't work in your home, you are not bound for 6 months or whatever fostering. And it could be a short-term foster, just a week or two. Sometimes we get dogs, we list them, and they're like Luna.
Like Luna.
She was gone before she even got to be Pet of the Week in the paper. So, a lot of times it's very temporary. And if something doesn't work, we'd always take the animal back.
And that's a good point. Thank you.
What advice do you have for someone considering becoming a foster parent?
Don't wait. Don't wait. I mean, I grew up in an environment where, and actually you just made the comment, Regina. My dad used to say, "What's the worst that could happen?" And the worst that could happen is that it doesn't work out for some reason. But the best thing that can happen is that you find out that it's the best decision that you made, because it doesn't cost you anything to give back. I mean, so many times people have their, we need to donate money occasionally, but this is a situation where you don't need.
If you don't have money,
if you don't have money, you can still provide a safe environment for that, for that pet, which, quite honestly, makes me feel better. So it's a little, maybe a little selfish in that regards, but don't wait. I mean, try it.
So just go with the Nike motto, just do it.
Just do it. Oh, that's, yeah, I like that. Just do it.
How do you balance the emotional aspect of fostering, especially when it's time for the pet to be adopted?
Oh, I originally, I thought that was going to be, that might be a problem. But, I've fostered before. I've fostered children, before, and worked with young people. And not that it's a similar analogy, but knowing that these animals, these pets, are going to a safe and warm and healthy environment, all I could ever ask for.
Well, and I always looked at it when I fostered, sometimes, yes, it hurt, letting them go.
Emotionally, yeah.
But you look at it this way, if you don't let them go on to their nice, new, loving home, you can't help another pet that's in need.
That's a better way of looking at it.
Yeah, if you have too
way.
many, you can't help another one. So you let that one go to their nice, loving home, and you get to help another pet.
That's true. That's a healthier way of looking at it, because I can't, and I get to meet somebody different. It's like making new friends.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're kind of the temporary bridge, taking the animal from A to B, getting them to their forever home.
Yeah, exactly. And in most situations, not just with Luna, but it's like you build a community of like-minded people. And it's not like it takes over your life, but you get a text on a Friday morning or a Tuesday night with a picture of the dog or a cat that you helped along, to its final home, forever home, and you think, oh, okay, I feel better tonight. And no matter how bad your day was or you thought it was going to be, you've got a positive.
Makes you smile.
Yeah, makes you smile.
Well, we have a dog that's in our system right now, and we know that even the foster mom has even commented to us, it's on an observation we noticed with it. It clearly came from an abusive home.
Cars?
Yes.
It
Especially
just,
with men.
Yes. But we saw the dog quickly come alive.
We got to foster her for a couple of days before we found another foster for her, and she snuggled with us, and she's just a lover. Just a lover.
That's the thing with animals, and unfortunately, I wish people were more like animals, because we had a golden retriever that we got as a foster, and same way, a friend of ours said, I didn't know that they docked the tails on Goldens. And we said, it's not docked, it's just tucked so tight between her back legs. And, within the first, it took 60, 45, 60 days, but, she was still cautious with other people, but she was not as wary.
Well, seeing Bella, that Regina was talking about earlier, seeing Bella all of a sudden getting energy and
Bella's gorgeous.
coming alive and then finding her personality, and then seeing what a coat of hair actually looks like on her. And then actually tell you one of the best pictures I ever saw with Bella before she got adopted out was seeing the vets smiling when they would start to see her, because they saw her at her worst, and then they were able to see what they were able to do,
and they were amazing with her.
Yeah.
The men and women at that clinic, the vets and the techs, and they are tremendous.
Absolutely.
I mean, the support that they've provided us. We had an 18-year-old cat. I know this is a little off topic, but an 18-year-old cat that had been with us since she was 2 years old, and she had to go to sleep. And everybody there, was just tremendous. And we take all of our animals there now and know that they care for them as much as we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They are. Love them all.
All right, so how has fostering changed your perspective on animal welfare and adoption?
I wish there were more people who could foster.
Okay.
Because I think if we had more foster parents, the adoptive parents are out there.
Mm-hmm.
But we just have to make them available. And it's not, so I think something that you said earlier, it's not it can be a forever, you can foster to adopt.
Yes.
But
You call that foster failure.
yeah.
Which we have a couple of.
I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But I think that, sometimes people hesitate because they think, oh, this is going to be forever, or, but in reality, there are lots of people. I've never been in a situation where I've had a foster longer than I thought I should. There was never that feeling, because people are always watching for whatever reason. Maybe 2 years ago they lost their dog and they're now looking to replace. Maybe a year ago, whatever it is.
That's one of our biggest challenges right now, is we don't have a shelter. So the only way we can help these animals is through fostering. So when we get these calls,
That's
I need you to
good
take
point.
this animal, or this animal was dumped down the road. If we don't have somewhere to take those animals, we can't help them. So fostering is critical to us.
And I did not realize that, and that has helped my understanding a great deal. And I wish we could say we could provide a shelter for them, but in the event that we can't, I'm thinking, hey, this is an easier solution than the alternative.
Absolutely.
All right, my final question for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's real simple. Do you have a message for our listeners on why fostering pets is important?
Wow. It may sound corny, but they are a life.
Okay.
Pets are a life, and they've given me so much life. I grew up on a farm, where, they were livestock. But they were never just treated as livestock. They were treated with care and with kindness, and that's why fostering pets is so important. I don't know, I've never seen a foster, or in talking with you know, with the two of you, I've never heard of a foster that wanted to be in that situation. And if there's a solution to that, why shouldn't I, or why shouldn't we, as a community, be part of the solution?
True.
That's great.
You know,
That's a good answer.
it's so important to just for nature in general. You know, get them off the street.
Absolutely, they don't deserve it.
No, in my opinion.
Well, thank you very much for coming in with us today. Thank you for everything you do with Friends of Animals. We do appreciate it. I mean, what you've done with Luna, showing up at our meetings. Your great feedback. We appreciate everything that you and Rayla are doing. It's great to have involvement. And like I said, this is not a one-person job in the community. It's a job that's got a bunch of volunteers who 100% of their time is donated to do this. All the money spent is all just raised all through donations, and we just finishing up a TNR
That's right.
Today.
today's and tomorrow.
Tomorrow. She's
Yeah.
out, Robin is our TNR coordinator, and she's out collecting cats today, and then she'll be taking them in tomorrow to have them all spayed and neutered.
That's so
And
incredible.
then returning them on Fridays. So it's a long process, but
Yeah, that is a taxing little
Yeah.
process, and then the fundraiser that you have is coming to an end.
yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to talk about while we were on the topic of fosters before I go forward is we've got a couple fosters right now that are looking for their forever homes. So we've got Buda, Romeo, and Loki. They're all AKC registered. Their dad was AKC registered Yellow Lab. Their mom's an Anatolian Shepherd with Pyrenees mix, and they are absolutely beautiful. They're at my house, and we just love them. They're fun, playful, loving, sweet, sweet dogs. We will have them out at the trade days this weekend if you want to come meet them. So, and then we also have Betsy, which I believe Betsy's going to be adopted on Friday. Our fingers are crossed on that, but you can always look at Betsy as well as a backup. And then we have Maggie and Lily. Maggie and Lily are collie mixes. They're about 9-month-old females. Maggie and Lily have been in foster care for way too long. They need their forever home. They're just your average dog that people are overlooking. Everybody's getting adopted before them. But these girls are sweet, loving, and beautiful, and they just need that forever home.
Sylvia's done a wonderful job with them.
She has, and so we really want to get these girls adopted. They're really in need of a good home. So we also have Sunshine, who is our mama cat that had 3 baby kittens. So we have 2-week-old kittens. You can see all of these cats and dogs on our website, SabaAnimals.com. If you go to adoptions, you can actually see pictures and get information about them. You can fill out a foster application. You can fill out an adoption application. And if you're looking for barn cats, let us know. We get barn cats as well. So that's something we can help with. And we desperately need foster supplies. So we did put a barrel out at Tractor Supply. These 3 dogs that we have right now are eating a whole lot. So we could use food, toys, bowls, leashes, any kind of pet supply. So your next time that you're at Tractor Supply, pick up something, put it in our barrel, which is right by the cash register, and we definitely put these items to use for all of our fosters. And then fundraisers. Our TNR fundraiser, as Bill mentioned, that is ending tomorrow. So it's the last day to donate on our Facebook page towards the TNR. All of that money goes just to our TNR program, which is trap, neutering, and releasing the feral cats in the community. And also to our spay program, which is where somebody who owns a pet can take them into the local vet and get them spayed or neutered as well. That all ends tomorrow. So please donate on Facebook and allow us to continue to get these animals spayed and neutered.
Now, you had someone send you a message yesterday asking how do they know the money goes.
Yeah, so, we first off, our board meetings are completely open for anybody that wants to come, and I will post
I can
one
attest to that.
before that. Yeah, you've been to a board meeting.
Yeah.
So before we have a board meeting, it will be posted on Facebook. Anybody can show up
And
and
on
look
our
over.
website as well.
And look over our financials there. But we use the money for our fosters. We use the money for our SNAP program, which is our it's
Financial assistance for people in the
yes,
county.
yes, and then spay neuter assistance program. Sorry, and then also our TNR program, and then when we have a foster dog, right now the current adoption fee is $100. Well, we are vaccinating them, usually 3 rounds of vaccines. We're getting them their rabies shots, and we're getting them spayed or neutered. Plus, we're feeding and taking care of them until they find that home. So I can tell you that $100 adoption fee does not cost what it costs us to bring in each animal. Each animal puts us actually in the red. So that money is also used for that as well. We're also looking at getting a shelter, and we are in need of land for that. So, the money definitely goes to good use. I had somebody call me yesterday and say, we have a rider mower. If you want that, we'll donate that to you. And so we probably will be selling raffle tickets before long. So, we take donations like that as well. Just anything that we can to help these animals. And
very creative.
yeah, and then also this weekend we are going to be out at Pecan Trade Days from 9 to 1. We are going to have some dogs that will be available for adoption out there, but we're also having our coin drive. I know everybody's saying coins, that doesn't really add up to anything. It does.
Mm-hmm.
So all that spare change that you have laying around your house, please stop by and drop it in our bin. That can add up to quite a bit of money. So your pennies, your dimes, whatever you got, we'll take it. Bring it out Saturday from 9 to 1. And then we're also going to be...
Quarters are great.
Quarters are even better, yes. But we'll take pennies too. And then we'll be at the night at the museum. Also Saturday evening from 4 to 7. We will also have dogs for adoption out there. And we will have our coin bucket out there as well. So you can drop it off at Pecan Trade Days or at night at the museum. Come meet these dogs that are looking for their homes. They're really in need. And I think that's it. Oh, I did want to talk a little bit about, we do have a project right now. It's about 25 cats. The gentleman, they're loving cats, but the gentleman is he's needing to go into a home. Mm-hmm. And we're working with his doctors and everyone to try to get his cats relocated so that so he can safely go into the home. He doesn't want to leave his babies, which I completely understand.
Wow.
The majority of these cats do need to be spayed or neutered. Unfortunately, because they have been inbred so much, they do have eye infections, so they're in need of medicine for that. It's a simple, easy fix, but of course it does cost money. So we are wanting to take and try to find these kittens and cats homes and also help them medically and then get them spayed and neutered. So if anybody is wanting to sponsor that, we would love to have a sponsor help us with this program. And it's called the Cell Barn program because it's close to that. So we would love to have a sponsor for that. Or if you want to help us, helping us medically put medicine in their eyes or picking them up and taking them to the vet to get spayed or neutered, we could use help with all of that, feeding them. And then also, if you know anybody looking for a cat, these cats are fluffy, beautiful. Some of them are bobtails, friendly as all get outs. So they're great cats. They just need a home.
Okay. Wow.
Again, Brenda, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to come out here and be on the radio with us.
My
And
pleasure. My pleasure. Just
And thank you for fostering.
keep them coming and don't wait.
We can do that.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next Wednesday at noon. Back to the music.